Not many people know about frog breeding, but it's a long and laborious process. Welcome back to our video, you guys. Asia is a land of rich culture. While there are plenty of countries included in the region, each of them have solidified their place with a unique cuisine. In this regard, China, Japan, and other such Asian countries are now popular for serving frog meat. Take a look at the process of raising millions of frogs naturally in a pond in Asia. Frogs, a unique delicacy of Asia. Countries such as China, Vietnam, Thailand, Japan, Korea, and others such are quite unique in their cuisine. They offer a wide range of animals, which may surprise many people. Frogs' legs are a delicious delicacy in these areas, and many are dedicated to breeding thousands of frogs for the country's cuisine needs. Plenty of labor and resources are used in the process, and the natives have a knack for these dishes. Let's see how every step is carried out. Breeding season. Frog breeding isn't a simple process. It takes a long time to create a favorable environment for the creatures. These amphibians usually breed in the rainy season, but there are several problems related to farming frogs outdoors. Aside from unfavorable weather conditions during the day and frogs leaping to escape, they can also become a victim of predatory animals such as snakes and other lizards. These species are common in areas like Thailand and Vietnam. As they can destroy a small scale breeding farm, special care is required for their proper breeding. Large scale farms can provide a proper environment for frogs to mate. This includes creating a large enough tank with several male and female frogs inside. The males are usually smaller in size than the female frogs and also have a slightly pale odor. Farms use water and some vegetables for other organisms to grow and create a stable habitat for the frogs to live in. During the mating season, healthy frogs are chosen by noting their size, color, and activity. A sprinkler may also be used to stimulate rainy conditions in indoor farms. The frogs are kept in this environment for several days. After this, the female frogs start laying eggs, which may be 50 to 80 in number. After the eggs have been laid, the breeding frogs are taken out of the tank and placed in a separate container. The brood is taken out of the water and eggs are harvested. After filtering through the debris, these eggs are scattered in another clean tank. It takes 2 weeks for the eggs to hatch and the tadpoles swim around. Throughout their growth, the tadpoles are provided with adequate habitat. Farmers will feed them fish meal 5 times a day. At one point, a single tank can accommodate up to 2,000 tadpoles. Once they start losing their tails and growing in size, farmers need to consider their farming outdoors or indoors. Raising these young frogs inside will need a large number of tanks, so a wide area with plenty of water outdoors is usually preferred. They can segregate it into sectors, so there can be 100 to 200 frogs in a distinct section. Farmers will also place a plastic padding-like structure for the frogs to sit on. 1-month-old frogs are already quite big in size, but they still need some time to grow into full adults. After every 4 to 5 days, the farmers will clean each sector of the tank with a brush. They will ensure that the cage is locked so that the frogs don't escape. The water is cleaned along with the padding to reduce diseases and other impurities. The impure water is replaced while cleaning to make sure the environment doesn't change instantly. The adult frogs placed in outdoor farms are fed by spreading fish meal everywhere. Harvesting adult frogs. As tedious as the breeding season is, the harvesting is a job done within a few days. During the rainy season, many frogs are separated to breed, while others in the farm are prepared for harvest. For this purpose, it's important to confine the frogs in a small space to ensure a big catch in a small grab. Farmers use plastic mesh bags to ensure that the frogs can still breathe. They will swoop through the region once and try to catch as many frogs as they can. These are then separated from the tank and handed to another worker who will tie them up and place them in a secure place. The farmer will then use several bags to catch other frogs. When the tank clears up a bit, the farmers will confine the tank even more for the other frogs to get in the bags. Once all the frogs have been caught within one tank, the farmers will close it and move on to the next one. After catching these frogs, they're weighed and packed for transportation. Each bag contains around 100 frogs and can weigh up to 10 kilograms. A large bag can even weigh as much as 20 kilograms. The price for an unprocessed bag of frogs is about $2 per kilogram, but after processing, a single bag containing only frog's legs can cost about $4 to $5 per kg. If you're enjoying the video so far, do like and comment down below. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications for more great videos. Now let's continue. Processing. After harvesting, the frogs are transported through trucks to the processing plants and refrigerators. Although they're alive, they have limited movement due to the packaging. The frogs are then washed in 1% salt water to clean them of soil, humus, and other impurities present in the tank. A cold environment is also provided to keep them alive but inactive. Once they're cleaned, workers will use a knife to put a sharp cut in the frog's back, then deepen it through the body to peel off the skin. Then, the frog's other organs are removed, alongside the liver, lungs, and bladder. The worker will then use a pair of scissors to remove the upper body from the frog's legs and cut the toes off. These products are then washed and stored in cold water tanks whose temperature is around 7 degrees Celsius. This removes all the blood left in small places. These processed legs are then sent down a conveyor belt for other workers to further remove excess substances. They will use scissors to further trim down leftover skin, internal organs, and any other remaining bloodstains. All finished frog products are then sized according to the client's requirements. These products undergo soaking in brine of 2% concentration for around 3 hours. After the frog legs are soaked, they are then folded. Workers will fold the frog's legs behind the hips and turn, which is the so-called yoga pose. Once again, they're cleaned and soaked twice in 2 clean water tanks with the same temperature of 7 degrees Celsius. These products are then sent to the IQF freezing line, where workers place the legs in a wide space and freeze them to a temperature of negative 18 degrees Celsius. Then, these products are weighed in 800 kilograms to 1 kilogram bags, depending upon the orders, and placed into plastic baskets. For protection against rotting, these products are glazed in cold water of 10 degrees concentration with a temperature of negative 1 to 4 degrees Celsius. The workers then put the glazed legs in polyethylene bags, pass them through metal detectors, and place them up in cartons. From there, other plants may cut the frog's legs, bread and fry them, and then freeze them in another IQF freezing line. They are then packaged in brand boxes and sent to either restaurants or grocery marts, depending upon the customer. Well guys, that about does it for this video. While many regions still question if frog meat is acceptable, Asian countries like China, Vietnam, and Thailand are much interested. There are plenty of farms running where millions of frogs are raised and processed each month to meet the country's needs. It's a delicacy that they enjoy and aren't ready to give up anytime soon.